Okay, so with the PRSI then, right? With the PRSI, it's a straightforward calculation because the advantage of PRSI is that it is not dependent on cumulative or week one, right? It looks always at that particular week in isolation. So it's whatever you've earned in that particular week that determines, remember, your subclass. So kind of where you sit in here. Now, there is a lovely little calculation called a PRSI credit. Um, it doesn't kick in this question, and I will cover it when it kicks in. But it is where somebody earns between 352 euros and 424. What the government have basically said is, right, that this person would go from paying no PRSI if they've earned less than 352 euros, and suddenly they earn 353, and all of their wages is now liable for PRSI at a rate of 4.2%. So they introduced a credit, a PRSI credit, that the nearer your wages are to 352 euros, the less PRSI you would. So you calculate it as normal, but then this PRSI credit kicks in. And the higher your wages go, so the nearer you get to the 424, you'll still get a credit, but it's less. Okay, so we'll do it when we come across it in a weekly calculation, just to show to you. What is really helpful is in, you know, that the SW14, remember I gave you a printout of the rates. That booklet actually has the PRSI credit in it, and it shows how it's calculated. And it actually does it for you in bands of €5, so that if somebody earns 350 €5, it'll show what the credit should be. If they earn 360, it'll show it. So they have a full page showing the credit. So it's just handy to refer to it. But we will do it in a proper calculation. But for the purposes of this question, the PRSI is literally, you're just looking at the person's gross pay and multiplying it by 4.2% once you're confident that they're earning more than 350 whatever. And we can see that every week he is. The only thing to keep an eye out for on the PRSI is, see the way the employer's PRSI goes from 9% to 11.25. So you'll be kind of keeping an eye to make sure, looking at their gross pay, is the employer going to pay 9% or 11.25%. Like PRSI it's a straightforward calculation. It is literally just gross pay for that week. And you're doing it based on the gross pay, not on the cumulative gross. It's on the individual pay for that week. Okay, so that's the only thing with PRSI. It's not cumulative, it's that week in isolation. Okay, and then in terms of the net pay, it is like somebody asked this last week, kind of like, on the week he gets back the tax, does that mean that his net pay goes up? Yes. So you'd be looking and kind of saying it's a person's gross pay less the tax deducted, less the employee's PRSI, less the USC, and that will give the net pay. Now, we're not told that Joey pays any VHI or pays into a union or pays into anything like that. So he's straightforward. He is literally just, gross pay to no, because the employer pay no. The net pay is the difference between the gross pay and the employee's deductions will determine what goes into my arse pocket. The employer's PRSI, the employer pays it, the employee doesn't. The net pay will be your gross pay, less your tax deducted, less your employee's PRSI, less your USC deducted. But if you have tax refunded or USC refunded, you add those on. Okay, so in the case here where your man's getting back his tax and he's getting back his USC, you see he started off with gross pay of 580 euros, but he has net pay of 1,700. So, no, it's based on his gross pay. Yeah. Yeah, so like the tax that's been refunded to him is irrelevant for the purposes of PRSI. It's just based on his gross pay. Bonuses are taxable and PRSIable. Yeah. Okay. So that is that question in full, right? Yep. Where am I after deleting it? Did I not give you the October rates? Are they not on the second page? No, it went to 4.2, went to 4.2 in October. But I can print those out. I thought I gave them to you. Okay. I'll print those off now. SW14. This, oh God, no thanks. The SW14, it actually is it's a lovely little booklet that social welfare produce every year, or whenever there's a change in the PRSI. So the PRSI changed on the 1st of October, I think it was. So the booklet shows oh, go away. The booklet shows the PRSI, but you can see there. Sorry, I'll just make sure that I am sharing that. Share. The PRSI, so it shows the things, but you see here how to calculate the PRSI credit, and see there the maximum PRSI credit, and that's the sheet I was saying to you that it shows. Say there, like if you calculated that somebody was on 355 euros and you multiplied 355 by 4.2, you should get 299. Let's see, is that say 355? It is just one second, I just 1491. What did I 355? So that's what they should be paying. Yeah. So they did it. Sorry, I had PRSI account. Probably have a different one. No, they don't. They haven't updated it. But that was up to the September rate. It's the SW14. It's the book that social welfare produced. And I will, when the week we're doing the PRSI credit, I'll print this off for you. But it's just to show you that it does calculate it for you, and it explains kind of how the PRSI credit is done. Now, with all things that the civil service put their hands to, of course, it's not simple, right? So the maximum PRSI credit that somebody can get in a week is 12 euros. But for some absurd reason, they did it over 6 days. So you have to take 1/6 of a person's earnings or whatever. So they don't count Sundays. So it's over six, Monday to Saturday or whatever. And then there were like, I don't understand why they did it this way. Like, I would be kind of saying what they probably should have done is, like, see here that this went to 4.2% from the 1st of October. They probably should have left this at maybe 4% and left all of these at 4.2, so that it would be kind of a little bit easier. But they, or even put it at 3.8% or something like that. But they've done this mad credit anyway, but it's just. Oh, actually, sorry, I thought it was 2024. Actually, you're right. Sorry, it's the 1st of October. Yeah, sorry, I thought it was. It's still 4.1%. Yeah, sorry. So sorry, I thank you for that, because I actually had read it wrong. I thought it was October. So I will I'll change that to 4.1%. And okay, it won't make a huge difference, but okay. Yes, and hold that question, because I actually want to talk about that. Yeah. Okay. So that's a question, and I'll print that off now so that you have it as well. I yeah. Okay. Um, so file and print. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, so print those off. Okay, so that is kind of, now I'm going to end this because that is